Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're going to be talking about everything waterproof, the good, the bad, the ugly, the things to totally avoid, things that I often grab for whenever I'm going to be out in heat, sweat, humidity, but also the things that you would want to wear to the beach, on vacation, jumping in a pool. We're doing a full breakdown of everything you need to stay totally intact no matter the situation. You know the joke of saying like, we'll take her to the pool on a first date? That is the rudest joke, by the way, but do it. I dare you. Nothing is moving, everything is locked. I'm going to show you things in action, application techniques, how I got this lip look that is totally juicy and next level using a stain, plus a gloss, plus a waterproof liner. So we're just going to kind of go top to bottom through every category. I have a few of my favorites set up here, and then I will be sharing with you the items that throughout the years I have tested that did not hit, that absolutely failed or looked too crunchy, because that is something with your more waterproof products that you want to look out for. You want them to enhance your beauty and not totally mask you. So there is this happy medium of finding products that are going to suit your skin, make your skin look great, but also hold in all the elements. We're going to hop in first with a few of my favorite primers to lock you down. If you're getting married, you have a long day, you're going to a theme park, you're going to a water park, and you do want to wear makeup, you do you. I've got your back, I've got you covered. We want to be mindful if we're priming that we're using something that is going to seal the pores and help oil to not poke through and mess up the makeup. If you have drier skin, this is not going to apply to you unless you have an oily T-zone like I do, where I just go in with a more aggressive primer right where I tend to get oily, around the nose, on the chin, in between my eyes, and then everything else I just kind of leave it be. So my favorites, you guys know, the Erno Laszlo. Now this is technically a tint. It doesn't give you much coverage at all, but if you were doing like a beach day and you just wanted to make sure that you didn't look like a sweaty mess with oils on oils and that whole thing, exaggerating texture, this might be really great for you. I love it if I'm doing any kind of performance, if I'm filming, if I'm doing a photo shoot, things, you know, lights hitting me and things are heating up. This keeps the makeup locked down. It is so good. And then my other two favorites right now are one from Milk Makeup. Now this is a mattifying primer. So if you have dry skin, this is not for you, but to anyone else that has combo oily, you get sweaty, you're gonna be out and about and the sun's hitting you and we're heating up, this is gonna lock you down. This one right here from One Size, kind of the same thing, but this is more of your blurring potion. So I used this one today just in my trouble areas to let you guys see how this one lays on the skin, paired with my favorite waterproof foundation. Now this is more full coverage. If you don't want the full coverage, skip it. I would say actually if you're doing a beach day, you're going to be at the pool, you're on vacation, skip the foundation altogether and just go in with cream products, and we will get to those. But if you need to look great, you're going to an event, you're going out to dinner and it is humid, it is just but you want the makeup to not move, get your hands on the Catrice HD liquid. I have been using this since a trip to Thailand, where every day this is what I wore, even if I was mixing it in with an SPF or mixing it in with a little bit of moisturizer, because this is like mask you down full coverage. You can see in the side by side, like I didn't even do any of my undercovering with my NARS concealer, which is also a great option for waterproof makeup. Heads up, I know I talk about that one a lot. This right here, literally on the front of the bottle, it says water and sweat proof, mattifying, but it's not crunchy. It's very thin in texture. A little goes a long way. So you are looking flawless from AM to PM. This is one of my favorite foundations when I'm going for Longwear waterproof, where I don't necessarily want things glowing or falling apart at all. Now, if I don't mind a little glow, L'Oreal Infallible is great. If you want to spend more money, Anastasia, their foundation is phenomenal. It is very waterproof, sweat resistant. Again, if you have dry skin, just skip the foundation altogether. Do a lot of cream contours, cream blushes, and don't even mess with it. And you can absolutely, by the way, if you're doing like a wedding or an event where you just need things to not be messy everywhere, do waterproof liner, do waterproof mascara, do a Longwear lip, and then keep things in category of Longwear and still use the foundation that you love if you have one that's more moisturizing and geared for your skin. All right, we're gonna move right into concealer for a moment. You guys already know, without a doubt, I'm gonna be recommending the Estee Lauder Double Wear for under eye concealing. It does not crunch, bunch, crease. It's waterproof, humidity resistant. It's just such a perfect concealer. Enough said about that. Moving into powder, we're gonna set the face with a little Huda. This is probably the most Longwear Budge-Proof powder I've ever used, period. This one is really great. Drugstore alternative is still the blurring one from L'Oreal that I keep. She's front center 24/7. Legit favorite. So those two would be like my powders that I would go to. And you do want a powder. You definitely want a powder. I know that you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm wearing like a mattifying primer and a mattifying foundation. Like, how much powder do I really need to use? I don't want to look chalky. That's why ideally you want to go with a big brush, lightly dust the face just to lock everything in. You're not going to want to add a lot of bulk, but just to smooth and lock everything in. All right, from there for bronzer, you guys already know a lot of my top favorites, so I'm gonna go quickly through those and then we'll get to technique, color, all of that. So L'Oreal Infallible, they have their Fresh Wear line for bronzer. They also have a Fresh Wear powder. Now this one is great. It is a little bit heavier, so I don't recommend going all over the face with this powder in a heavy manner whatsoever, but if you wanted a pressed powder that is really long wear, that is very smoothing, that you can take in your purse on the go, maybe you're not wearing foundation and you just want something to kind of touch up and even you out if you're looking a little sweaty and you're out and about, this is a really good formula. I also love the technique of buying a step down of your shade and using it as bronzer. They have a great shade range, so those two are so perfect. They never blotch, they never bunch. They're great. The Dior one is somewhat waterproof as far as it not patching and it being very long wear, so had to shout out her. Now we're getting into like the fun category of tints. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, foundation wise, before we move on, this video is just like me. Like, if you were sat with me and I was just like schooling you on all I've tried, what I like, what I don't, we're gonna rapid fire. Okay, so the waterproof face bond from Urban Decay Cosmetics is a no. I personally, and I'm the odd man out on this one, the Laura Mercier Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting. I have it. I've worn it. I think if you have drier skin, you might love it so much. It is said to be very long wearing. It's not my favorite, but again, if you have dry skin, you might really love. Tarte Face Tape, no. Lancome 24-hour full coverage, waterproof, no. NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop is pretty good, but I like the Catrice better. Dior Forever Fluid, whether it's glow or matte, is a no for me. It just doesn't work. And then we have, gosh, I've tried so much foundation. Estee Lauder Double Wear, you guys, I love the concealer. I think Double Wear in the summer is just way too heavy. The Catrice has a much thinner texture and you don't have to use a lot. It kind of gives you the same lock and hold as Double Wear. So if you love Double Wear, try the Catrice. It's much more natural, but it like kind of does the same thing. I am so picky with foundation. There are so many foundations that are listed as waterproof and even concealers. I gotta say, there's not much that's beating any category, whether it's waterproof or not, in comparison to the Double Wear concealer. So there's that. And then primers aren't really advertised as waterproof, nor are powders. However, Urban Decay has a pressed all-nighter powder. Occasionally, if I'm feeling really fussy, I will use it on the T-zone, but I don't think it does anything that great. I would just stick with Huda. Okay, moving into tints for the cheeks. I have two right here that are phenomenal. We have this guy from Tarte. This is Tipsy, and she's a little more metallic-y. I did pop this on my cheeks at the very end of doing my makeup, like just a tiny little dab will do ya. It does have a sheen to it. It's not an aggressive metallic, but on the skin, as like a last little this, it can look pretty on its own. Fantastic. Tints to me are like the go-to if you have skin that does not need foundation and you just want something to make you look a little more awake, a little more alive. Blush will get you there in a hurry. So I feel like the perfect waterproof beach day makeup is a blush tint, a tint on the lips with some type of a gloss, some waterproof mascara, and then a brow pen, and you're good. You can go in the ocean, you can play, you can be kind of fuss-free and not worry about your makeup like sliding all over the face. So I love tints for that purpose. For me, when I'm doing like full glam with powder and we're doing bronzer and we're doing cream bronzer and we're doing the whole thing, I don't reach for them on those kind of days. They're more like the natural days for me. I do want to point out Huda has a gorgeous formula, very potent. So you would lay this down. I would not go in on the face straight away. You lay this down on the back of your hand, grab it with a brush and load your brush and then just pounce it. Once this sets, it's not moving. It's actually staining the skin. Like this is gonna stain my fingertip, no doubt. So you literally can jump in the pool, the ocean, sweat your butt off, and it's not going anywhere, and it looks really, really pretty. And then my other favorite formula would be from Milk, the little gels that kind of look like candy. I really like those as well. As far as skin tints that I don't really like, I'm not a big fan of anything that's too liquidy. So like the Benetint, that's very iconic. I first tried it when I was like 17, so that product has been around forever. You can put a little on your lips, on your cheeks, and you can use these, you know, you could dab this on the lips as well. But that iconic Benetint everyone loved, I always felt like it made me look a little bit blotchy. I could never get it to blend the right way. So I love that so many years later, we have so many products on the market. They have a little more give in the texture when it comes to blending. Let's move to such an important category. And I forgot how much I love this product, and I'm so happy I'm doing this video because I was doing my brows and I'm like, oh my God. Why did I stop using this? Like, this is such a great product. The Build-A-Brow from Maybelline. You get two products in one. You've got your fine tip brow applicator on one side, and you've got a little gel to lock them down. I'm not wearing anything else in my brows, and I usually hate this kind of a product. So if I can use it, you can use it. It gives you the most realistic brow hair strokes, and honestly, once it dries and you set it, you're done. This is not moving. And brow products, typically, that is not the case. Like I sometimes just from heat alone will like flip down the mirror in the car, the mirror of truth. And the truth will be told. Like I'll have powder kind of like smeared off half of my face. Not with this. This is like your absolute must-have for lockdown brows. Going to the eyes, I wanted to share with you guys because this is such a good drugstore option. This is the wrong color. Bend and Snap, where'd you go? Okay, I used both of these today. This one right here that is like an army green. This is in the shade I Am Fierce, and it is gorgeous. It sets pretty quickly. You can line the eye with it, smudge it out a little bit. I just wanted to show you guys in action some of these products that are really, truly like not going anywhere until you use an oil to take your makeup off, which is what I would recommend if you're using these kind of Longwear products. This lighter one is also fantastic just to brighten up that inner corner. You can even hit the high point of the brow and then blend it out with your finger. These are great. Drugstore, not going to set you back too many dollars, and you can do like an eye look in 2.2. My eyes today did not take time at all. I did not do a wing. I did not even really define the crease. I threw a little bit of bronzer in the crease, and then I wanted to show off a few different formulas that I love so much, so I did stack a few on. She's a little metallic heavy today, but I wanted to show you guys just how different things look on the lid. This one from KVD, which is a great brand for a lot of longer wear products. We're gonna get into a little KVD liner in a moment, but their Everlasting formula, like anything that says Everlasting, you know that's gonna be the formula. Now, when you're shopping for makeup, not everything is long wear. There's a different way that they formulate for things to be waterproof, sweat resistant, all of that. So typically a lot of your more clean formulation is not going to wear as long as the ones that are really targeting you with like waterproof up to 36 hours, long wear, like all of that. You want to look for those signals when you're purchasing. So like this one right here, I just laid it down. We're not moving. Like this is like the most insane glimmery, locked down glimmer stick. I do like the new one from Danessa Myricks as well. That is very, very long wear if you're looking for color variety and you want the kind of metal component, you know, the two finishes in one. Those are great. This is another great option. And then if you want a jar, I would go for Kulfi. This one I literally have to scrub off the back of my hand when I lay it down on my hand to swatch. It's incredibly long wearing, beautiful colors. I couldn't resist. I patted on Sona Sona on top of what I already was wearing and kind of just lost myself in the moment of eye makeup. I then went in with liner, and what I want to share with you guys is a few different options. Obviously, I'm not wearing all of the liner all at once, but I will share with you formula-wise what I think is the best of the best, because there's a lot out there that, especially when you go in the waterline, is not going to hold. My favorite budget option is going to be Essence Stay and Play Liner. All the colors I love. They are formulated to perfection. You have time to play, hence the name, but once this locks down, you're just like done. You don't need to worry about it. Nothing's collecting or smearing or being weird. If you want to get something at Sephora, you want something a little more high-end, Too Faced Killer Liner I have in Killer Espresso. This is said to wear up to 36 hours. This one is impressive. Really, really budge-proof, long wear. Makeup Forever Aqualine, all the liners, whether it's lip or your eyeliner, is formulated for aquatic dancers. That was the origin of that part of their line. And that stuff is ridiculous. Like, it will not move at all. If you want like a shadow liner duo, you're gonna go for Tarte. This is the Quick Stick. I have the shade Matte Cream and Aubergine. These do not move at all. And I think it's nice that you get two products in one. And then for liquid liner, I'm gonna be stuck here forever. I was gonna say for a hot minute, but then I'm like, no, we're basically married and you're in the top spot. I have backups and we're never parting ways. This is in Mad Max Brown, and this is the Tattoo Liner from KVD. So anything that's like tattoo, everlasting, like just look for those call outs. And for mascara, I'm so sorry. I have no other options for you. It's Neutrogena or nothing. Just look at how beautiful this product applies. It literally like hugs the outer lashes because of the brush shape is so fat on the outer part of the brush. You get more coverage on the outer point. It naturally just gives you this wide-eyed, lifted look. The lashes are so super lifted. It won't clump, it won't budge, it will stay looking perfect. You can layer it up and add a lot of volume to your lashes. Literally, this one I have gone in the pool and dunked my head under and it does not go anywhere. You will need oil to take this off, but this is the best waterproof mascara that I have tried. And this is like versus high-end to drugstore or whatever. It's just, it doesn't matter. This is the one. She's tried a lot of waterproof mascara, so I want to quickly share with you the ones that I would pass on. I don't keep mascara lingering around for too long anymore, so I'm just going to go off of the Ulta site itself. I would say pass on Bad Gal Bang, pass on Telescopic Waterproof. The It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, the waterproof one specifically, is pretty terrible. The Milani Highly Rated Anti-Gravity Mascara is awful. I would absolutely avoid that one. The Revlon Color Stay Full-Time Waterproof Mascara, that one's actually pretty good, so that gets like a stamp of approval, although I like the Neutrogena better. L'Oreal Paradise, anything waterproof, hard pass. Maybelline Sky High Sensational Mascara, absolutely not, no good. Bobbi Brown No Smudge, smudges. I don't really understand why, but it does. Hey, if you want a really good remover, like while I'm like kind of scrolling through here, Essence Lash Princess, it's on sale for $3.99. I have a bottle on my vanity that has like this much left. It is what I use every time I'm wearing something that really needs the big guns to take it off. It's super gentle. I love that makeup remover. And I don't want to beat up on anyone too much. And I also don't want to upset my audience because a lot of people love Chanel mascaras, but honestly, oh my gosh, no, I just don't think so. For lips, I'm not really into liquid lips anymore, but if you guys are into liquid lips and you want one that literally you'll have to take like your sweet time, a lip scrub, an oil to take off, you're gonna go for L'Oreal. They have some of the most budge-proof liquid lips out there and they still sell them. This is, what are you even called? It's just like their infallible liquid lip. I'll swatch these for you guys. Are we still into that or have we moved on? Let me know. All right, from KVD, the Everlasting lip liners are so good. I have 2 shades right here. I have Lolita and then Lolita 2. Really beautiful, very similar to Totally Toffee in texture, but a little more budge-proof and long wearing. Love those. And then of course Makeup Forever, their extreme liners, the Aqua Lip, anything Aqua. They even have a sealant that they sell that is amazing. That is gonna do such a good job for your lips to not feather or smudge. Like even if you're enjoying your day, you're on vacation, whatever, it's hot, sometimes makeup wants to break down, and when you start eating, it can be an even weirder mess than it would be in like normal conditions. You know what I'm saying? Color Stay from Revlon is going to be a great option as well. They have these newer liners that are multi-liners depending on how you want to use them. Sharpen in between going from your lips to your eyes is my recommendation, but these are great as well. Color Stay Longwear Lip Liner in the shade Nude is also a great drugstore option. This one is very budge-proof. She's a little bit heavier in the glide, a little bit thicker in texture. Beautiful shade, very similar to KVD. So what I did today, I played around with a few lip stains. Now this has been a secret trick of mine for the longest time. You have to have the right formula for this to work. This is by Clio. This is the Crystal Glam Tint. This is hands down my favorite lip tint that I have ever used. It does not dry your lips out, saturates them with color. The colors are pretty. They aren't like this weird orange red. Like you have pinks, you have a deep magenta, you have just like a neutral. They're really, really pretty. Once the shine dissipates, like you could even blot your lip, you will be left with a gorgeous, very uniform, just like seamless, good lip stain. It's not aggressive where it looks like you've been eating a popsicle and the stain is kind of weird and it's doing a weird thing on the inner portion of your lip. It's just so uniform and soft, but long wearing. I love these so much. Even the doe foot applicator is like fantastic. A to Z, slam dunk. These are what I would recommend if you want a gorgeous lip tint that's gonna enhance your lips, almost give them like a cushy feel. This is it. Sometimes what I'll do with a lip tint, I'll let it saturate. I'll let it cook on the lips. I will blot it off and then I will go back in with my liner. I'm able to almost cheat an overline type of a look once a stain is there. It gives me a better border. So if you struggle with having no border to your lips whatsoever, try that technique out. It's a little extra step. You put the tint on, you blot it off after several minutes, you go back in with your liner, and then you can top it with gloss. And when I tell you that, like, if I eat, if this gloss comes off, if I'm drinking, whatever, I'll just show you. What's underneath is gonna stay. So I have like no lipstick on. This is just from that tint and I love it. Let's try another shade just cause. I was wearing the shade Ruby earlier. Let's go into Pink Diamond. That's really pretty too. Okay, so upon application, it's really pretty, really beautiful coverage, color. It has a little bit of a shine, which I like in a tint. I don't want a tint to just be drying and no shine whatsoever. So if I let this sit for a few minutes and then, which we're gonna pretend that's what we're doing, just to give you an example of like what I did earlier. So then I blot off. I go in with my lip liner. It looks like I have bigger lips than I do. I'm gonna go in with a little Patrick Ta. Not much. And it's just like, this is basically clear. It has a slight tint to it, but it just gives you this juicy look to your lips that is going to last all day long. I love. All right, so we are in the home stretch as far as setting the face. I haven't talked about this one in a hot minute, but I have been using this since I was 20. This is a setting mist that is gonna give you a little bit of a glow because of the essential oils in here and the formula for skin, but there is alcohol in here, so it's kind of a double whammy where it will lock you in. This is what I would recommend for someone that leans more dry. If you're not leaning dry, you're gonna go in with the big guns. If you could invest in one waterproof thing for summer, I would invest in this or this. Drugstore or Sephora, ounce for ounce, they end up being about the same price. but this will lock you in like nobody's business. If you are at the beach and you want to lock it in, but you need some SPF, go for Milani. This is the Make It Last Sunscreen SPF 30. You can reapply it while you're there. Why not? All right, you guys, this was a ton of waterproof everything. Please leave in the comments below, what are your top smudge-proof, budge-proof items that you think I may have overlooked? I would love to hear from you. I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and thumbs it up if it was. That helps me out a lot. I love you guys so much. Go and have a good one, whatever you are doing with makeup locked in forever. And I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.